Good morning, all of you. So, in the previous lecture, we have completed diode resistances. So, while we are discussing diode resistance, we have two types of resistance. One is static resistance and another one is dynamic resistance. Basically, there are two types: forward bias resistance and reverse bias resistance. While coming to the forward bias resistance, again one is static resistance and dynamic resistance. And reverse bias resistance, there is no classification. So, next topic for our discussion is effect of temperature on diode. Effect of temperature on diode means if the temperature is increases or any changes in the temperature, what happens to the PN junction diode? Is there any changes or there is no changes? If it is a changes, how much change it will be? And what are the parameters gets affected due to this temperature changes? That's what we have to do. That is our agenda today's class. So while we are discussing the reverse bias condition, when the temperature is increases, reverse saturation current increases, but it will be independent of reverse voltage we have seen. So my question is, if I increase the 1 degree rise in temperature, how much reverse saturation current is increases? That is what I want. So another important point is, if the temperature is increased, only reverse saturation current gets affected, or is there any another parameters also gets affected? Means here only two parameters gets affected. One is reverse saturation current and second one is cut-in voltage. Cut-in voltage means while we are discussing the forward bias condition, while we are drawing the forward characteristics, where the voltage will be changes, where the current will be increases, that voltage is changed to be cut-in voltage, which means it is a voltage below which no current flows through the diode and above which maximum current flows through the diode. That is what cut-in voltage is. So how much cut-in voltage will be increased? This cut-in voltage is decreases or increases? We have to see from the today's class. So our topic is effect of temperature on diode or PN junction diode. Simply effect of temperature on diode. So note point have right here. When the temperature is increases, when the temperature increases, there are two parameters. When the temperature is increases, two parameters gets affected. The temperature increases, two parameters gets affected. One parameter is reverse saturation current. One parameter is reverse saturation current, which is denoted by I naught, and second one is cut-in voltage, or it is also called threshold voltage. So these are the two parameters. There may be changes when the temperature is increases. That's why how much reverse saturation current is increases we have to see, and how much cut-in voltage is it decreases or increases. If it is a decreases, how much? If it is increases, how much we have to see. So for that only we have one derivation. The derivation we have to derive now. So that is, so reverse saturation current effect on reverse saturation current. First one is effect on reverse saturation current. Reverse saturation current. So I naught, this is I naught. So how much temperature is affected and how much current is affected with respect to temperature? So we have an equation from the semiconductor physics, that is I naught is equals to K into T power M e power minus Eg naught divided by zeta kt. This is equation number 1. This has no derivation. This is directly I am writing from the semiconductor basics only. So I naught is equals to K into, we have to see the terminology, K into T power M e power minus Eg naught by zeta kt. where K is the Boltzmann constant. K is the Boltzmann constant. This value will be 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5 electron volt, or this value will be 1.23 into 10 to the power of minus 1.32 into 10 to the power of minus 23 joules per Kelvin. So this most value here in this derivation we will see only this value, neglect this value. So next, m value will be constant. It will be different for different values. For example, m is equals to 2 for germanium and m is equals to 1.5 for silicon. And zeta value will be ideality factor. Ideality factor. This value will be zeta is equals to 1 for germanium and zeta is equals to 2 for silicon. And T is the absolute temperature. T is the absolute temperature. Where Eg0 is the energy gap at 0 degree Kelvin. Eg0 is the energy gap at 0 degree Kelvin. So by substituting all these values and by deriving this equation, what we are getting, we will see. So to derive this, how much temperature effects on this diode, we have to apply some modifications here. So this is equation number 1. First step is apply logarithm. Apply logarithm on both the sides. Apply logarithm on both the sides. Natural logarithm ln I0 is equals to ln k plus ln e power m plus ln e power minus Eg0 divided by zeta kt. Now already we know this natural logarithm of a power m is equals to mn into ln a. Apply this concept here. Ln I0 is equals to ln k plus m into ln t minus Eg0 divided by zeta kt into ln e. So anyway, natural logarithm of e value will be 1. Ln e is equals to 1 here. I am substituting 1 here. Now natural logarithm of I0 is equals to natural logarithm of k plus m into ln t minus Eg0 divided by eta kt. Now this equation is represented as equation number 2. Now apply differentiation or derive this equation with respect to t. Differentiate equation 2 with t. So the equation becomes so 1 by I0 into di0 by dt is equals to 1 by I0 into di0. What is the differentiation of logarithm? Differentiation of logarithm is equals to 1 by I0 or 1 by x into di0 by dt, which is equals to, what is the differentiation of constant? Differentiation of constant value will be 0. And what is the differentiation of log t? M into 1 by t. What is the differentiation of here? Minus Eg0 by eta k is the constant value, but here 1 by t is there. Differentiation of 1 by t is equals to minus 1 by t square. So substitute this value here, minus 1 by t square here. So the equation will become 1 by I0 into di0 by dt is equals to m by t plus Eg0 divided by zeta kt square. You have to write. So this is the final equation. So this equation I am representing as equation number 3. This equation I am representing as a equation number 3. Now we have to calculate how much effect on this temperature effects on germanium diode as well as silicon diode. So while starting the derivation, we have seen the values for m and k. and T. Now substitute all these values in the above equation. So for germanium, M is equals to 2, the value of germanium, M is 2 for germanium, and T is a 300 Kelvin. I am calculating at 300 degree Kelvin, and Eg0 is equals to 0.785 electron volt, and K is equals to 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5 electron volt, and T is temperature. Eta value will be 1. So substitute all these values in the above equation, we get 1 by I0 into di0 by dt is equals to, what is the M value here? M value will be 2. So 2 divided by, what is the T value here? 300 plus what is the Z value? 0.785 divided by, what is theta value? 1. What is K value? 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5. And what is T value? 300 degree Kelvin. So if you have efficiency, if you want to calculate this above value, you can calculate, the value will become I0 into di0 by dt is equals to 0.108. You can, if you calculate also, you will get this value only. So di0 by dt is equals to 0.108 times of I0, or is equals to 10.8% of I0. Which means here the important point you have to conclude here is, this is I0 and this is temperature. I am taking derivation, that's why if I increase the temperature, derivation also increases. That's why when the temperature is increased, reverse saturation can be increased. Reverse saturation current will be increased. How much it will be increased means 10.8% of the I0. Which means, for example, if I0 is equals to, I am assuming I0 is equals to 10 microamps at a 1 degree rise in temperature or 1 degree Kelvin. If 100 and 1 degree Kelvin, if I0 is, what is I0? If temperature is increased to 2 degree Kelvin means what? So it is a 10 microns. So 11% change means, 10% change means 1, 11% change means 1.1. So 10 plus 1.1, which is equals to 11.1. This value become 11.1. 11.1 microns, which means what? So if I am assuming 10 microns, if I increase 1 degree centigrade, this value becomes 11.1%. Which means what? When the temperature, note point you have to note here. So for germanium diode, 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, the reverse saturation current becomes, the reverse saturation current increases by 10.8%, or approximately is equals to 11%. You have to remember. So after entire conclusion, you have to remember this only. If anybody asks you what is the value of the temperature increase, what is the percentage of change in the reverse saturation current for germanium diode means, it will be 11%. Similarly, for the germanium silicon also you have to calculate here. So this equation will be, equation number 3 will be equation number 3 only. There is no change. But for values, constant values, there may be changes in for silicon as well as germanium. That's why I am taking this value. That is, for silicon, this M value will be 1.5, and T is equal to 300 degree Kelvin only. But energy gap changes here. That's why for silicon, T is equals to 300 degree Kelvin. Eg0 is equals to 1.21 electron volt. M is equals to 1.5. Zeta is equals to 2. And K is equals to 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Now substitute all these values in the above equation. You will get 1 by I0 into di0 by dt is equals to 1.5 divided by 300 degree Kelvin. What is the value of Eg0 here? This value will be 1.21. So what is the value of beta here? This value will be 2. And what is the value of K here? 8.6 into 10 to the power of minus 5. And what is the value of T here? 300 degree Kelvin. Now, if you have calculated this value, d I naught by dt into 1 by I naught is equals to 0.08, or di naught by dt is equals to 0.08 times of I naught, or 8% of I naught, which means this is the reverse saturation current and this is with respect to temperature. If I increase the 1 degree rise in temperature for silicon diode, this value reverse saturation current will be increases 8%. So note point we have to remember is, for silicon diode, if 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, so the reverse saturation current increases by 8%. So specifically, if anybody asks you for silicon diode, how much reverse saturation current changes with respect to temperature, means you can say this value will be 8%. For germanium diode, this value will be 11%. If you compare both germanium as well as silicon diode, germanium diode is 11%, and silicon is 8%. So what we can understand from this discussion is, in general, if I made a diode, this diode will operated, whatever the diode we are making, this diode should be operated. If I increase the temperature also, there should not be any changes. Then we can say this diode is very good, this diode is very better. Otherwise, if any changes also, very least changes should be, we will prefer. That's why when the temperature is increased, reverse saturation current increases by 11% for germanium diode and is 8% for silicon diode. That is the one of the reason the silicon diode is preferred. That's what you have to understand. So another one is germanium and silicon, there may be variation, but in general, if anybody asks you, they are while they are writing the books, they are compensating, and finally they conclude that in the reverse saturation current is increases, how much when the temperature is increased, how much reverse saturation current is increased, they conclude like 1 point only. That is very important note here. I am writing with red pen. Note. So what is note is very, very important note here. So for 1 degree rise in temperature, 1 degree centigrade rise in temperature, reverse saturation current will be increases by, in general, for specifically they ask for germanium and silicon, we will say for germanium this value will be 11% and for silicon value 8%. If anybody asks you what is the reverse saturation current and what is the percentage in reverse saturation current, if the temperature increase, means this value will be 7%. Specifically, if they are mentioned silicon or germanium, then only we will mention 8% and 11%. If generally they are asking what is the effect of temperature on diode, means simply in the 1 degree rise in temperature, the reverse saturation current will be increased by 7%. So another important point is, so 7%, you can understand the 7% by like this. How we can understand is, so for example, if temperature T is equals to 10 degree Kelvin or 10 degree centigrade, reverse saturation current is 100 microamps. If I increase this to 11% or 1 degree centigrade, for example, I am assuming T is equals to 10 degree centigrade, reverse saturation current will be 100 microamps. If I increase this 10 to 11, what happens to this means? So what is the percentage? 100 microamps. What is the 7% in the 100 microamps? This value will be 10 point. For example, this 100 means 7% means 7 microamps will be increased, which means at this 11 degree centigrade this value will be 107. For example, if I increase the again 1 degree centigrade here, what is the percentage increase in this means? This value will be 115 almost. If you have calculator, you can calculate this. If I increase the temperature to 13 degrees centigrade, this value will be again this. What is the 115 percentage? What is the 7 percentage of 115 means? Again almost it will increase the 7 means 122 per micrograms. Like this way, if I increase the 1 degree centigrade up to 10 degrees centigrade means T is equals to 10 degrees centigrade. If I increase the T is equals to up to 20 degrees centigrade, this may become 20 micrograms. If you see here. So this value up to this only 7 increases, up to this 8 increases, up to this what? Again this value will be 124, not, I think 124. 9 increases. Like this, what happens? For 1 degree rise in temperature, there may be very changes in the reverse saturation current. For every, another important point you have to remember is, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, very very important point this is also, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, note, another important note for reverse saturation current is, for every 10 degree centigrade rise in temperature, here I am writing 1 degree rise in temperature, for every 10 degree centigrade rise in temperature, every 10 degree centigrade rise in temperature, reverse saturation current will be doubled. Reverse saturation current will be doubled. The question may ask like this, or the question may ask like this. You have to remember. Okay. So here the 1 degree rise in temperature, the reverse saturation current will be increased by 7%. But for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the reverse saturation current will be doubled. So there is one more formula, that is I02 is equals to I01 into 2 power T2 minus T1 divided by 10. So what is this? So to understand this, I am taking one example. With this example, you can understand this formula also. So initially I0 reverse saturation current at T is equals to 40 degrees centigrade is 10 microamps. If temperature increases to 50 degrees centigrade, what is the reverse saturation current? What is the reverse saturation current? So to understand this formula, I have taken one example here. So T is equals to 40 degrees centigrade, this value will be 10 microamps, means at T is equals to 50 degrees centigrade, what is this value? So solution, apply this formula here. I02 is equals to I01 into 2 power T2 minus T1 divided by 10. So what is I01? This is the reverse saturation current at T is equals to 40 degree initial temperature. What is the initial temperature in the given question? T is equals to 40 degrees centigrade. So what is that value at reverse saturation? T is equal to 40 degrees. What is the reverse saturation current? This value will be 10 microamps. That's why when I substitute this value here, this is 10 microamps into 2 power T2 minus T1 means initial temperature minus final temperature. Final temperature minus initial temperature. What is the final temperature? If the temperature is increases to 50 degrees centigrade means this is the final temperature, which means T2 is equals to 50 degrees centigrade. What is the T1 initial temperature? 40 degrees centigrade divided by 10. So 10 into 2 power 50 minus 40, how much it is? 10. 10 divided by 10 is what? It is equals to 10 into 2 is equal to 20 micrograms. So what we can understand this from this problem is, initially my temperature is T is equals to 40 degrees centigrade. The reverse saturation current will be 10 micrograms. If I increase this 40 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade, which means 10 degrees centigrade, my reverse saturation current becomes double, that is 20 micrograms. That's what we have to understand. So when the temperature is increases, it maybe depends on temperature. For every 10 degree rise in temperature, this reverse saturation current will be doubled. So this is one parameter. So another parameter is cut-in voltage. So another parameter is cut-in voltage. So cut-in voltage will be discussed in next class.